Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Terraforming. Terra is Latin for earth, forming means to form, obviously.
So, we're like cloning another Earth.
Alright, I think I may have lost you already. So what this means essentially is making other worlds habitable for Earthlings. There are many worlds just inside our solar system that show some potential for future colonization. We'll start with our closest little friend to the Sun, Mercury. Since Mercury is so close to the Sun, and since its rotation speed is very different from Earth's, Mercury's day lasts 59 Earth days. This leads to an extreme variation in temperature across the surface. This is due to a nearly non-existent atmosphere and non-existent magnetic field, both of which keeps you alive. So Mercury doesn't give us a whole lot to work with, and it would be very bright, so you'd need quite a strong pair of sunglasses. The next planet we have here is Venus. Venus is very similar in size to Earth, which gives it very similar gravity, nearly 90% that of Earth's. There are a few problems though, one being massive perpetual volcanic eruptions. This, coupled with an atmosphere of nearly pure carbon dioxide, gives the planet a massive greenhouse effect. This leads to a very consistent surface temperature of up to 867 degrees Fahrenheit. In order to terraform this planet, we'd need to cool it down significantly.
Okay, but like, what if we just put like really, really, really big fans on it?
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
It also rains sulfuric acid, which isn't very fun, so Venus wouldn't be a very easy project, at least not with modern technology. Earth is good the way it is, if you ask me. So, after that we move to Mars. Mars has a similar day-night cycle to Earth. The temperature doesn't get as extreme as Venus or Mercury. In fact, its average is about negative 81 degrees Fahrenheit, which isn't that bad. Mars shows some potential, so we'll come back to it. After Mars, we come to the gas giants of the solar system: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Since they're made of gas, they don't have a very well-defined surface that you could even set foot on, let alone colonize. And their gravity is so strong that it would kill you. But their moons do show some potential, especially ones like Enceladus on Saturn and Europa on Jupiter, which both have water ice on their surface, due to them being so far away from the Sun. But what just might work is doing what they did in 2010: A Space Odyssey, where super intelligent beings collapsed Jupiter to form a second sun, which warmed up Europa enough to support liquid water. How cool is that? But humans are nowhere near that advanced. Pluto, you're too far away. So, coming back to Mars. We now know for a fact that there is frozen water and frozen carbon dioxide on the poles of Mars. If we could melt these glaciers, the planet could flood with water and the atmosphere would fill up with carbon dioxide, starting a sort of domino effect, warming up the planet. Astrophysicist Michio Kaku proposes using hydrogen bombs to melt the poles, which is pretty hardcore.
Wait, isn't Michio Kaku a theoretical physicist?
Really? That's the one thing you knew out of this whole... Okay, anyway... Alternatively, we could position mirrors in orbit around the poles and reflect the sun's rays to focus directly on the glaciers, which would melt them. If we were then able to somehow heat up the core and maybe even speed up the rotation a little bit, this would in theory restore its magnetic field, in turn protecting the planet from solar winds, which would annihilate the previously unprotected atmosphere. After that, it would just be a simple process of slowly introducing more and more plant species to modify the atmosphere of the planet to where it could support humans. Alright, I just wanted to throw in a quick disclaimer here at the end. None of this is actually true facts because terraforming has never even been attempted. This is all just theory, but it's still pretty cool.